It's my job to make sure that our visitors enjoy their time in your park and leave feeling happy and satisfied. In this tutorial, I'm going to teach you all about visitors and how to ensure that Jurassic Park meets their expectations. There's a lot of ground to cover, so let's get started. I know this might seem obvious, but you must open the park entrance before visitors can start enjoying your Jurassic Park. Right, let's try reading that a bit more clearly. Let's head over there now and get to the show on the road. I still didn't read that very clearly.
How are you today?
Right. So you can charge them anywhere from absolutely nothing to $5,000. Let's give it a 200 because we don't need anything.
Definitely.
And open it up. Back. Fantastic. The first group of visitors is on their way now.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to declare the newest wonder of the modern world, Jurassic Park. Now open.
You're going to hear him say that a lot, by the way. So we have two enclosures, one that's got Dryosaurus and Stegosaurus, and one that's got Stegosaurus and Kentrosaurus. You're both cute and ugly at the same time. You as well. There's something about your face that just doesn't look right. But you've barely got a face. Here they come, your first group of visitors. You can learn a lot from visitors by observing their thoughts above their heads, or by selecting them and examining their passports. Why don't you give it a try now? Yeah, my magical mind-reading skills that allows me to see what they're thinking. Anyway, this is creepy. You can just examine their passports like this. So this is Daniela from South Carolina. I think everybody is always from a US state, including Hawaii. I don't think I've ever seen anybody from Alaska, but I don't tend to check that much either. So this place is satisfactory so far. She has $94. She's a mainstream type visitor. We'll get to that in a moment. And she hasn't seen any dinosaurs because she's only just got here and there's no actual way of seeing dinosaurs. When you examine the visitors' passports, you should have noticed that there are different types of visitors. This is an important factor to consider when you are managing your park. Different visitor types get excited by different things. We will come back to this later in the tutorial. Yeah, also your guests look really weird, but they have barely any faces. The most important thing to remember for now is that visitors expect two things. They want to be comfortable and they want to be entertained. Let's start by making sure that the park has everything they need to feel comfortable. If visitors are staying for any length of time in your park, sooner or later they are going to get hungry. Hungry visitors will quickly become unhappy if they do not find a kiosk in your park. Now let's give your visitors somewhere to buy some food. From the manager menu, select build, then amenities, and there you will find kiosks. Please build one kiosk. Yeah, look at that face. The PC version, I don't know about Xbox, but PC does have a bit more variety in terms of your guest appearances, and they actually make sounds. Here they're completely silent. Let's make a kiosk. Find some food. There we go. Great. That kiosk will definitely keep our visitors from starving. Don't forget that you can change the price and type of food by selecting the kiosk and altering the menu. After a satisfying meal at one of your kiosks, your visitors will appreciate a conveniently placed toilet. It doesn't take too much thought to imagine how unhappy your guests will get if they cannot find a toilet in your park. Hear, hear. I think you better do something. Some of your visitors are starting to look very uncomfortable. Please return to the amenities menu. Build one toilet. Nobody's even been here yet. So you can make sandwiches, you can have dino dogs, or you can have Rex burgers. It shows you how much it costs to make one, so you've got to make sure that the money goes above that, but if it's too high, your guests will complain. So each time they buy a burger here, it's going to earn me $5. We're going to have different side orders: thrilling chili, fun fries, and paleo salad to connect to each of the different types of guests. We're going to do a paleo salad, why not? In the end, it's a tutorial, it's not going to mean much. And it always helps to place the toilet near to the kiosk. It maybe doesn't need to be quite that close, but whatever. You can charge for the toilet, I never bother. Good job. Your visitors are already starting to look relieved. Let's consult our research team and find out what they can do to make our visitors feel more comfortable. Hi, I'm Dr. Henry Wu. I'm introducing myself again despite meeting you in the last tutorial. Here at JP Research, our marketing team has plenty of bright ideas for improving visitor services. Please head over to the research department now. Like, not only does he not even have any sort of accent, BD Wong had a slight accent. But it doesn't even look Chinese. To me, anyway. Maybe I'm not looking at the image right, but he doesn't look Chinese. I hope he's Chinese, otherwise it's going to sound really bad. Thanks for getting here so quickly. Both the amenities and the attractions departments have a range of great ideas for keeping our visitors happy. All they need is your approval, and then they'll start working immediately. Oh, I'm tired. Jane says that you've been learning about how to make our visitors more comfortable. I think the amenities department might have something to help you out. I looked over the weather forecast this morning, and it appears that we have some wet weather coming our way. Please research the weather guard before all your visitors get drenched in the rain. I think that only matters though if your visitors haven't already arrived. Even though we could do this well before they're finished. Excellent. You should get back to the park now. The weather guard will be ready pretty quickly. Welcome back. While you were gone, I couldn't help but notice that your park is starting to look very dirty. You should do something to clean up your act before our visitors start to complain. Let's see what the park administrator says. Hi, good to see you again. Jane tells me you need some help with keeping your park clean. Taking a quick look around your park, I'd have to agree. I'd hate to see what your house looks like. Now, unless you're trying to win an award for the most untidy park, you'll need to build a cleaner station. From the manager menu, select build, then build one cleaner station. Try it now. Oh, I see what they mean. So build a cleaner station. And then once that's built, you can have up to 5 cleaners.
Can you look after this while I get a soda? Wise move.
And there we go. Not bad at all. Now that you've built the station, you'll need to hire some staff. I just did. All you have to do is select the building and hire some cleaners. Just so I can sleep tonight, show me that you understand by hiring 4 cleaners. Why not just make it 5? I can only hire a maximum of 5 per station. You can select these guys as well. Nice one. The cleaners will have those paths looking spotless in no time. Remember, as your park gets bigger, you will need to hire more cleaners to prevent the paths from becoming dirty again. That's all for now. Back to you, Jane. Okay, the park is really coming together now. But there's one more thing I've got to say about visitor comfort before we start talking about visitor entertainment. I went for a walk around the park this morning and it left me feeling exhausted. It's easy to forget how tired your visitors must get with all that walking. Especially when you're sitting comfortably back in your office. Yes, my office, that is my bedroom. You need to build some rest areas so that your visitors have a place to sit down and regain some energy. Go to the build menu and select amenities and build one rest area. So you can select these guys. He's experienced with 1 day. His name is Paul Stone. He's a novice, he's wandering around, he doesn't really have much to do. Oh, no, I misread it. Paul Stone, Stephen Jones. He's going to have this class. The other guy beat him to it. Juan Quinn. Kurt Cherry. Florian Spagnoli. Okay, he's officially my favourite. Right, Florian Spagnoli. There we go. I like his name a lot. Right, rest areas. Normally you have to research these, but for the sake of this, it's here at the beginning. You do have separate benches and bins you can place along the paths as well. Good work. What a lovely place for a rest area. I might go and eat my lunch there later. Now that we've got our visitors feeling comfortable, you should start thinking about keeping them entertained. All of your visitors come to Jurassic Park with one thing on their mind: to see our dinosaurs. Surveys of our visitors have shown that observing dinosaurs from the past is very difficult, even through our lowest security fencing. The only way to guarantee that our visitors will see dinosaurs is by viewing them from attractions. Attractions are designed to provide Jurassic Park visitors with the perfect mix of visibility and security. You can also charge visitors for the privilege of viewing dinosaurs from your attractions. Let's build some now. Viewing platforms allow your visitors to get an elevated view of your dinosaurs. If you open the build menu and select attractions, you'll find viewing platforms listed there. Build 4 viewing platforms now. Yes, as if paying to get into the park wasn't enough, you can charge your visitors to see the dinosaurs. And that's what I'm going to do. So I close that down. But yeah, you'd think that if it wasn't expensive enough that they actually have to come to the park, they can't even see the dinosaurs without paying again. It's insane.
Hello.
Then you can do this. You can change the price, how long they stay in it for, you can change the name. Thrill platform, playtime platform, scenic platform. So the thrill is all about, well, how exciting it is. Playtime is how fun it is to watch. Scenic is how authentic it is. So you have different visitor types. They're going to want to see different things. And that's what that rating is. Depending on what you have it set to, the percentage will vary. You'd think it would just be one set thing, but no, it isn't. Which is odd. Excellent. Those platforms will give your visitors a great vantage point to be able to observe your dinosaurs. Let's get some variety happening here. Try building 2 viewing vents. You must build these attractions into the enclosure fences. So let's just tell that it's clearly a path. It's the green one. There we go. Doesn't have evolutions too close to dinosaur nonsense. Can only build these in certain places though. Good job. Those vents are really cool because they allow visitors to appreciate the scale of your dinosaurs. You can see it yourself by selecting the vent and using the view option. Try it now. You can do this for the platforms as well. Hello? Oh, you know what? You're kind of cute actually. So, what do you think? Would you be happy with that view? If you were paying for it, it's always a good idea to check the quality of your attractions before your visitors start complaining. The quality of your attractions is very important. You can always judge how good your attractions are by looking at their entertainment scores. When you want to evaluate your attractions, you should consult the entertainment summary from the manager menu. Select reports and select the entertainment summary. Oh, I thought I was going to sleep then. I thought I activated emergency mode. That would have been awkward.
Hi there.
And there we go. These reports are very useful as they allow you to evaluate and compare all of your attractions. The entertainment score gives you an overall rating for each of your attractions. The higher the score, the better the quality of the entertainment. Have a look now. The other information here is the bias of your attractions. Attractions will display a bias if they are observing extreme types of dinosaur activity. For example, a viewing platform which observes a Tyrannosaurus eating will have a bias towards thrills. You can also make an attraction more tempting to different kinds of visitors by changing the name of the attraction. Let's go back to the park and experiment with bias. At the start of this tutorial, we discover that there are different types of visitors. Mainstream visitors are easy to please, as just being in Jurassic Park makes them happy. Thrill seekers love seeing carnivores in action, whereas fun lovers really get a kick out of herbivores. Dino nerds want everything to be as authentic as possible. As you can see, there's an art to making visitors happy. When visitors enter an attraction which is biased towards their favorite type, the experience will make them happier. Try changing one of your viewing events to say it has to have a thrill bias. Okay, so let's just do this one. Thrill window. Nothing thrilling in it yet. Great. Now let's give our thrill seekers something to be happy about. Hatch a Tyrannosaurus into the enclosure now that the thrill vent overlooks. It's definitely not a small carnival. T.Rex is pretty big. Anyway, she's going to take a while. I'll have to point out that the weather guard system still hasn't finished yet. You can see it. Let's see its progress.
Good to see you.
Yep. It's going to take a while. How much longer you got left, Tyranno? You're slowly getting there. This is a terrible encryption to put it in. This T-Rexes may kill one or two stegosaurs, but they won't take long before they kill it. It's just a load of spiky things.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special announcement. A new 5-star attraction has arrived in Jurassic Park. Tyrannosaurus, the most feared predator of the Cretaceous era, is now hunting for your entertainment. For those visitors who like their excitement with a dash of danger, this is one attraction that will really grab you.
Great. Looks like you made a smart decision to research those umbrellas. No one likes getting caught in the rain. They haven't finished yet. They're really like halfway done. Okay, now that the Tyrannosaurus has emerged, notice the improvement in the entertainment score of your thrill vent. Select the vent and observe the results. If your score is still low, you should always go into view mode to make sure that you can see the Tyrannosaurus.
Good to see you again.
I mean, it's not risen much, but it's because it isn't attacking anything. Well, that's enough about visitors for today. Remember to consult your park management guide in the Dinopedia if you want more information on how to make your visitors happy. I think probably the other reason that I don't like that mission so much is because it's probably also the longest mission. Oh well.
Urgent message from John Hammond.
It always said, every time you finish this mission, it was a urgent message from John Hammond. I guess the T-Rex is enough to increase the rating, but it always happens. So I think it's just weirdly programmed to do that. Right, safe and secure. Make your park a safe and secure experience for the whole family. So now this one is probably my favourite tutorial. It's also probably the shortest one, along with the first. As you could guess, this one is all about security. We also, spoiler alert, get to shoot things. Don't forget, whenever danger threatens your visitors, you should always place your park in emergency mode. So it's anytime a dinosaur breaks out, which they won't in this game, they won't. It's for when Twister strikes your park, because they are devastating. They really are highly destructive Twisters. Oh, these loading screens go on forever. You know, the hint doesn't even change when it's halfway up the loading screen. It's like 2/3 of the way up. To keep your thrill seekers happy, try mixing carnivores and herbivores together in an enclosure. Don't do that, otherwise your herbivores will do nothing but collapse and collapse and collapse. It's hard work. Don't do that. It's not worth it. The carnivores do not get stressed out from only hunting goats and cows. They are perfectly fine with doing that. Yeah, this park's already open. Welcome back. As park administrator, it's my job to oversee security in Jurassic Park. That's not an easy job, believe me, and it only becomes more difficult when people construct parks with no thought of visitor safety. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you what I know about park security and teach you how to plan effectively for dinosaur outbreaks. If you follow my tips, it's going to make working together a lot less painful. First, you want to check out the park. If you examine the dinosaur summary, you'll see we have a number of dangerous species on the display. Do we have adequate security? Definitely not. Have a look for yourself. Indeed, that's a lot of velociraptors. And a T-Rex, because the only one where we haven't had a T-Rex is the second one. The one that's dinosaur focused.
Hello.
Yeah, 1 Tyrannosaurus and 15 velociraptors. It's a lot of dinosaurs. I don't know what kind of madman exhibits a T-Rex and Raptors without installing appropriate security, but they sure as heck don't work here anymore. Now, the best indication that you get to the quality of your security can be found in the security summary. Have a look at it now. So we hover over this.
I'm glad you stopped by.
Yeah, that looks pretty bad. 76 breakouts, 100 guests have been killed, and 64 staff have died. That thing should be a hell of a lot lower than it actually is. It's shocking. Numerous visitor fatalities, numerous dinosaur outbreaks, and a poor visitor security rating. I'm telling you, when a park gets this bad, InGen has no choice but to close the place down. Now, no one wants that to happen, so let's see if you can correct the errors made by your previous manager. Broadly speaking, you have two types of security in Jurassic Park: automated systems and rangers. We'll talk about the rangers later, but for now, let's build some automated systems around this park. Let's start by improving the quality of the Tyrannosaurus enclosure. You should always use high security fencing when exhibiting dangerous dinosaurs. Simply select the fence and choose the upgrade option. Give it a try now. I should point out the big carnivores can still break out of these, even the high security fencing. The Raptors, their requirement is medium, but they can still break out of that as well, but I don't think they can climb out of the high fences. But T.Rex certainly can. Great, I feel a lot safer already now that she's behind those high security fences. The hardest thing about maintaining good security is that you have to be watching dangerous dinosaurs all the time. Jurassic Park security cameras are connected to my office and will notify me whenever they detect rampaging dinosaurs or visitors in trouble. Please build 4 security cameras. You will find them listed under security in the build menu. Place them in areas which allow them to observe dangerous dinosaurs. Visitors also too are much safer when they can see security cameras. So you can place them in or out of your enclosures. That's a path. That's also a path. Let's try this again. So let's put one in here. Put one in here. Put one in here. And then we'll just put one on the outside. Oh, well, whatever he said then. Next, you need to build some avoidance beacons in this park. Avoidance beacons generate pulses of low-frequency sound which drive dinosaurs away. They are fully automated and will activate as soon as a dinosaur comes within range. Try building them now. Anyway, with these things, you can have them tell you when a rampaging dinosaur is around, though the game tells you that anyway, so I don't know what the point is. And if they detect breakouts, which the game also, I'm pretty sure, already tells you about, so it's pointless all the same. And then it just turns around. You're not in control of this, by the way. This is completely automatic. Right, avoidance beacons. These things are a pain because their range is incredibly misleading. Now, I put this here, and I bet some of those raptors are still going to freak out from it. I mean, a few of them look like they're freaking out, yeah. I don't know if that's because of the avoidance beacon or not. Good. However, when you consider the size and strength of some of these dinosaurs, sometimes an avoidance beacon is not enough. Sentry turrets combine the vigilance of security cameras with the stopping power of a heavy machine gun. You should place sentry turrets in potential trouble spots, where you have a clear field of fire on rampaging dinosaurs. Please build 2 sentry turrets. Now originally I thought that these things should go inside enclosures. Don't do that, or it will kill your dinosaurs, even when they're inside the enclosure. So never do that. Good work. Bear in mind that their automated targeting systems can be sluggish at times, and you may need to take control during emergencies. Now let's see what our park warden has to say about security in this park. Hello, Robert Muldoon here again. You can save yourself a lot of problems right now. Just destroy all those raptors and hatch some gentle dinosaurs. Hello, Robert. This is meant to be a tutorial. Please help the manager out with some useful tips. Sorry. Well, my first recommendation would be to build another ranger station. The only station on this island is a long way away from the action. Please build one closer to the dinosaurs. This is pointless because we'll automatically go to a ranger station later on and it will take you to the further away one. That's a good start. My only other suggestion is you should build a visitor shelter. These bunkers are nigh on indestructible. Visitors will run there when there is an emergency in the park. I hate these diagonal menu movements. You can't simply hit left and right. You have to move it diagonally. Good. Rangers are dedicated to saving the lives of your visitors, but we can't be everywhere at once. It's important that visitors know we have some safe havens for them in the park. Sorry to interrupt you, Robert, but it looks like we're going to have to put this new security to the test. There's a bad storm coming and I think we need to prepare for the worst. This is going to be bad. You must warn your visitors and put the park in a state of emergency. Please activate emergency mode now. Thank you. Normally, storms won't cause your dinosaurs to go on instant rampages. It's just for the sake of the mission. Thank goodness you've activated the alarm. The dinosaurs are going berserk. You've got to do something before they ruin the park. Jump to the Ranger helicopter and get the situation under control. So I'll tell you to go to the chopper, and again, it's supposed to send you to the closest one, but it automatically sends you to the further one. Yeah, the one that we were told wasn't good enough because it was too far away. We have no choice. You are going to have to retire all of the park's carnivores and fast. So this is usually something we're doing in missions, but because it isn't a mission, the Raptors do most of the work for you. Rampaging dinosaurs kill each other. Like so. They're just doing all the work for me. The awkward thing is that they have to finish their animations first, so it's like that raptor was still in the midst of his killing animation before it fell down. Right. So this is retiring dinosaurs, it just means to shoot them. Did that raptor just jump on the other one and then it goes up again? There we go. Raptors will die in one hit regardless, but zooming in is more powerful than the zoomed out shot. On one hand, it does make it a bit easier to get close to the raptors. On the other hand, the gun moves around a lot faster. And now it's just a T-Rex. Yeah, so earlier on we met Jane Powers, who is a completely original character to this. I think she's somewhat in the place of Ed Regis from the books, but he's not in the film, so we just have this original character. Wow, you're quite a hands-on manager. Some nice shooting there. Well, that was probably the most practical way to teach you about park security. If you have any further questions, consult the game manual and the Dinopedia. But this park's not any good anyway, it's got no dinosaurs in it. What good is that? But yeah, weirdly, even though she's public relations, she is referred to as the park administrator by your mail, which is confusing because that's what Ray Arnold is, who is also referred to as park administrator. It's a bit weird. But anyway, that's it for our tutorials. Next up we're getting into, as what the game tells us, is the more advanced stuff. We can't do any of these yet. So our first one will be the Open Range Safari. Ooh. Well, I will see you guys